Greetings. Welcome back to 15 Minutes Closer. I am Precious McGill. Thank you for joining me. I pray that today God speaks through me and listens through you. So, a little transparency in the beginning, okay? I set my intention to do this every Sunday at 2 p.m. And since the first time I've done this, I haven't posted at 2 p.m. Something always comes up. Life is in session. I'm one that goes with the flow. So I'm going to change it up just a little bit. So this will be a weekly inspiration that I'm going to be posting every week. I'm not going to commit to a time yet. Perhaps when I have some staff to assist me. Okay, universe, are you listening? I'll be able to pick a time. But for the meantime, I'm going to be posting weekly inspiration. But the thing that's good about that is it allows me to post one or more. Okay, so as it comes, but there will be weekly. Okay, so thank you for staying with me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your feedback. Pretty soon I'm going to be coming to the people that have reached out to film together. So I anticipate that. Please look forward to that with me. Okay, so let's start off like we do before we introduce our topic. Let's start off with gratitude. Boy, this morning I'm filled with so much gratitude. Let me just be a little bit more transparent and share my experiences with you. I have had a very personally challenging few days. See how I did that with my words? I used those words, took a lot of that negative energy out. I've had a very challenging few days. I really felt like the weight of the world was on me. It involved my family, my family unit, and it just threw me into a position, or I allowed it to throw me into a position to where I was dealing with a lot of fear. And thank God for all the work that I've done, because I took a moment in the midst of it all, because I was having a hard time catching a grip. Let me tell you, in the midst of it all, I remembered who I am. Not precious, but the great I am. I remembered God in the midst of it. And it reminded me to surrender. Just to surrender. Because it was too much for me. What can I do? There's nothing that I can do because it didn't actually involve me personally. I had to take accountability for the ways that I showed up and how I contributed. But I had to surrender. And thank God, I'm so thankful to God that I did. Even in the process of surrendering, I had to go back and forth, because in my surrender, I would pick it back up in my mind. So I had to release it. And I told my mother, I reached out to my mother and my sister, and I told my mother, I'm just feeling so heavy. I don't have the energy right now to do this work, to do my filming. And she reminded me of who God is and that it's my job to do the work. And so who am I not to show up? So I'm so thankful for that, because even though we experience challenges in life, it is for us to show up in a divine way, though. Not with your mess, you know what I mean? When you run into somebody and you met them and they were just nasty for the day, it's because they're carrying their stuff. Because you still have to live, you still have to get up and do the things that you have to do. But if you can surrender and submit your stuff to God, when you show up with people, you're blank, you're clean. You can be honest in your words. I'm doing the best I can right now. But do the best that you can, surrender, and let God do it. Because God's ways are so much higher than our own. So much. I mean, come on now, who doesn't understand that? Who doesn't grasp that? So for that, I am thankful. Thank you for the trial. I'm thankful that I've led so long with my spirit that when my head took over, my spirit knew what to do. To send me a reminder. Those feelings of sorrow and sadness, they're reminders from your spirit to your mind to wake up, release this thing. Because when you do, that's when you feel better. I'm not suggesting that we always strive for the moments of feeling better, because when you come out of that space, or in the transition of leaving that space, you still have to do your work. You got to do your work. It's work, people. It's work getting out of the way. It's work being present. It's a constant divorcing the void, separating yourself from that void you feel, and feeling the love of God that is ever present, ever at work. Without you, you just got to tune into it. And so I'm thankful for that knowledge. I'm thankful that trouble don't last always. Amen. Ooh, goodness. And look, hey, the thing is still happening. I'm still dealing with that, but with a measure of joy and peace. That's what it's about, right? So God is alive and well. So I'm thankful for that as well. That was a good portion of our show today, the gratitude portion. I'm just so thankful to God. So today we're going to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is very important, okay? What you may not realize is that when you have been transgressed against, when someone has hurt you, and you feel some kind of way, that feeling is also a reminder from your soul, from your spirit, that we're carrying something. We got something, we picked something up, and we're dragging it with us. So it feels bad. I'm not suggesting that you feel good about the traumas that happened to you, but I am absolutely saying that when they present themselves, it is your opportunity to check it, okay? So don't allow those feelings to build up in you. When you see somebody and they turn your stomach in a knot, it's because you haven't forgiven. I'm not saying that that person was right or you weren't hurt, but forgiveness, it frees you. It doesn't let that other person off the hook. They already off the hook. How about that? They're not even thinking about you and what you're going through right now. But you are. You're thinking about what they did to you over and over. How they took something from you. They stole your time. You gave them everything and they gave you nothing. You still thinking about it. They're not thinking about you. Forgive them. Not for them, for you. Forgiveness. It leaves you weightless in this world. It leaves you weightless. You don't know till you try it. I feel lighter and lighter every time I forgive. I got people I need to forgive right now. I'm working on it, Lord. I am. I'm working on it. But forgiveness is key to success. See, success is not just having everything. It's being able to enjoy it. It's a lot of people who got a lot of things and they feel nothing. They're numb. They're praying for the peace that we everyday people have. Okay? So forgiveness. Bear with each other and forgive one another. Colossians 3:13. Okay? Bear with each other. That whole concept of bearing with one another, that means that you're going through something. Now, I've had times where people have, what I perceive, they hurt me. And I had to work on forgiving them, not in the presence of them. Sometimes that's a little challenging. I mean, if you are there, that is a beautiful thing. But wherever you are in your life, whatever space you are in relation to the people that have hurt you, work on it. But bear through the time with one another and forgive it. Forgive it all. Okay? Stop remembering what God has forgotten. God forgives. That's Psalms 103:12. God forgives. That's for those of you that believe in that book, okay? I do. I love the Bible. So, God forgives. God forgets. But you walking around here dragging it with you. And it's weighting you down. Be free. Free yourself. You know, you on social media looking at how people have moved on without you, whether they're with someone. Look at the sparkle in their eye. You are fantasizing about something that don't have nothing to do with you. You know, a hit dog or holler. So if you hear this video and you think it applies to you, it does. I've done it. Look at them. They took all that money from me and they're out there having a good time. Or whatever it is that we're salty about. Unsalt yourself. Free yourself. Be free. You think you punishing them because you got it twisted in your mind? You did something to me and I'm going to make you pay. No, you're making yourself pay. Your stomach is the one in knots. You're thinking about it. They're free already. Free yourself through forgiveness. You guys know I always like to talk about Thich Nhat Hanh, one of my favorite authors, philosophers. I want to read this to you because it applies. Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. If in our heart we still cling to anything, anger, anxiety, or possessions, we cannot be free. Forgive. When you're not forgiving, you're clinging. You know, I love watching the Abraham Hicks video. They talk about the concept, and I do this with my clients, of going downstream. I love this concept because it means you're floating, you're flowing. No matter what the stream is passing, what kind of terrain or environment or animals, whatever it is you're coming up against, which would equal turbulence or good times and bad times, whatever it is. When you're going with the flow, and God is the only thing that controls the current. Check it. When you're going with the flow, you're going with God. You're being free. Those things that you see along as the stream passes, you're still going to see them, but you're going to pass them. Don't be the person that's holding on to that branch, getting beat up by the current because something happened to you and you want to stay right there. Arrested development. You got stuck where that hurt happened to you. Free yourself. Move forward. Let loose. And I love doing Ho'oponopono with my clients. It's the ancient art of forgiveness. You have to center yourself. Think about the people who have harmed you, so you think, or wronged you. And you say these simple words: I apologize. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. I talk about this all the time. It's not because you really feel like you've done something, but you are willing to take that energy that you're seeking to experience and transmute it to God. You be willing to have that action that you wish to receive so you can experience it and be weightless. It's powerful. Ask some of my clients. They call me with praise reports all the time. Praise God. Forgiving, releasing, it frees you. It moves you. It advances your cause. It gets you to where you want to be. So what are you willing to forgive? What do you need to forgive? Be willing. An ex-boss, an ex, anything, an ex condition, a current condition, release it all. Be willing to give it back to God, who can. I believe in a God who can, who does. I see it, who is. Look at there. Our time is coming nigh already again. Oh boy, I'm on fire today. Thank you for that storm I just went through that I'm coming out of. I'm so grateful to God. I'm so grateful to you all. I love you sincerely with the love of God. This is love I'm giving you, baby. I am giving you me. I love you with the love of God. Pray for me as I continue to pray for you. And in between now and next time I see you, I pray that you take care of yourself. Give yourself at least 15 minutes a day of self-care. Okay? Take care and God bless.